What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. So let's get into this conversation. So as you know, Tasha K, she has been trying to work something out with this Cardi B judgment that she has been, or I should say has had, imposed upon her by the courts, and her appeal was denied. So even though I've spoken previously, I've done a few conversations about this, and I said that I felt like the appeal should have been on the judgment amount, because you look at the history of so many different lawsuits, and speaking as someone who was in the legal field, I have not been in a while, but I was a legal assistant for 12 years. You will hear about large judgments against companies and corporations all of the time, but that does not equate to the amount that that person who won, the plaintiff, actually receiving. So a lot of companies, they will also appeal the amount of the judgment. They may not appeal and say, hey, we don't think that the judgment was correct. We just feel that the amount that you want to reward to the plaintiff is a bit much. It's a far stretch. And more times than not, it gets adjusted. So I feel that if she had proper representation, which she has already said that she doesn't feel like she had, then that probably would have been the grounds that someone who was more capable of dealing with this matter, she probably wouldn't have even gotten to this point in the first place. Let's just be real about it, where there was even this type of judgment imposed. Because honestly, if she had proper counsel in the first place, she probably would have advised her differently. And instead of going through a trial, they would have worked something out in mediation. And now the story that we're hearing about today, that amount that she's trying to offer to Cardi B, more than likely back then would have been accepted, because I don't even believe that Cardi B thought that she was going to get a judgment in this amount for compensatory and punitive damages. Because let's just be real. In terms of compensatory, which is compensation, what Tasha K said did not equal the amount in terms of the judgment that was ordered against Cardi B. Cardi B didn't lose any money over what Tasha K said. And listen, me saying that, guys, I'm not saying that it is okay to say someone has you know what and they don't. And other things that were alleged in the court that the court said, yeah, she was guilty of doing those things, okay? So I'm not justifying anything. I'm just basically saying I don't believe that it was a fair judgment. I also said back then that I felt like it was an uncollectible judgment. So anyway, with that being said, right now it's being reported that, you know, she filed for bankruptcy and she's trying to work out a settlement with her to pay towards the debt. And in terms of when I say pay towards the debt, meaning accept a lump sum and just say, let's just call it square. So the story is that she's reportedly trying to work it out. And according to court documents obtained by Radar Online, she's trying to work out a deal. The vlogger has submitted her proposed plan to repay her creditors, including Cardi B and the IRS. Per the proposed plan, Tasha will continue to make $1,000 monthly payments on a 2021 car. She also will pay $84,000 in back taxes to the IRS and $40,000 to the Georgia Department of Revenue. Cardi B, her largest creditor, it's weird calling Cardi B a creditor, will receive what she is proposing, a lump sum of $220,000, which would equal about 5% of what she was ordered to pay. She hasn't responded to the plan yet, and more likely than not, based on Cardi's ego and how she's saying she's going to make sure her kids don't go to college, she's probably going to reject it. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. I just really feel that at this point in time, we know, I'm not saying Tasha K is broke. She isn't by any stretch of the imagination, but she's not a multimillionaire where she has that type of money sitting around to just give to Cardi B. And let's just be real. Even people who have the money like that are not looking to pay all of their money. Donald Trump just recently was indicted in Georgia, Fulton County to be more exact, and he had a $200,000 bond. And when it comes to that, which I just learned about recently because I don't have any experience in that, my legal experience was not in criminal, but when someone has a bond, you have to pay either the full amount if you have cash, or if you get a surety bond through a bond company, you're going to pay 10 to 13%. Even Donald Trump went to a bond company, which you usually call a bail bondsman, to have this bond done. So even Donald Trump didn't pull $200,000 of his own money to give for this bond. He went through a bondsman so that he could just utilize 10 to 13% of his own money versus putting up all of it on his own. So even he did not want to just give all of it just like, it's nothing. He has all of these judgments against him. Recently, the woman who won in court, they found him guilty of sexual assault against E. Jean Carroll. She won multi-millions in a judgment, and she's suing him again because they're saying, her and her attorney are saying that he defamed her even after this judgment, which he was ordered not to do. So they got permission to go after him for even more money. He doesn't want to pay any of the money. So I'm saying, even if people have the money, that doesn't mean that they want to pay it out in court. Right or wrong, I don't agree with Donald Trump when it comes to that stuff, but even he doesn't want to give up his coins. You know what I'm saying? So the people that are like, Tasha needs to pay all of that money. She owes Cardi B $4 million, so she needs to pay $4 million. Cardi B shouldn't accept one dime less. Even people who got it like that ain't trying to pay all of that money. Let's just be real. Bankruptcy laws and bankruptcy protection, which is what it actually is, to protect you from your creditors, was created. It wasn't, let's just be real. It really wasn't created for the have-nots. It really was created for the haves, but because it is a law and they can't say if you're African American, if you're Black, if you're Latino, if you're, below a certain income level, whatever, you're barred from filing bankruptcy protection. It can't do that legally. You know what I mean? But basically, these things were put in place to protect the haves. Because even when they lose in court and are found guilty, even they don't want to pay all of their money. So I just find it really comical sometimes when I hear or see, I should say, comments about Tasha K when it comes to this judgment and saying that people, are so angry with her and she needs to pay Cardi B all of her money. When Cardi B is in a position financially, we assume that is of a higher percentage than Tasha K. So it really just looks like you are just so vengeful to the point of no return. And it really needs to be addressed. And so, yeah, that is the plan. That is the request that Tasha K has put in there. But we don't know if it's going to be accepted or not. But, some people have some thoughts, and someone says in the comment section of this article, I told y'all Tasha couldn't afford $4 million and that Cardi was wasting her money and time for no reason. Cardi, take the $220K and just focus on making music. You're chasing around middle-class Americans for your lifestyle isn't going to get you good returns. So another person says, Cardi B made her point. We get it. Tasha was tasteless and ruthless, but both are mothers. Cardi B, don't snatch the children's future. The mom is crazy. Make her apologize publicly. Let it go, Cardi. You don't need the coins because the karma will be greater. God takes care of his children and fools. And it's debatable whether Cardi B is one of God's children. I have my opinions on that, but you can have yours, all right? Anyway, someone else says, so now TK wants to deal. She's tired of the smoke. So what deal is she talking about? Because she owed $3 million. What? She wants to make timed payments? LOL. TK's big mouth wrote a check she can't cash, and someone responded to that person's comment to say she filed for bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is always about deals. Another commenter said, why didn't she sue her former friend that did the interview? And another person responded to that comment to say, because her former friend knows the truth, and Cardi B don't want no parts of that kind of truth. I saw that entire interview, and that girl was not lying. All Tasha K did was report it. And everybody who's in love with Cardi B is just as nasty as Cardi B. Ugh. So, listen. I mean, I believe she did sue that person, but that person just did not respond. She may have even moved out of the country. I don't know. But she just didn't respond, and I guess she got a default judgment. When you get a default judgment, it's not in the hands of a jury. This Tasha K judgment, the amounts that were awarded were by a jury. So a default judgment would not have garnered this large amount, but Tasha K, she was doing what she wanted to do at the time. And hindsight is always 20/20. So I'm quite sure she looks back on it now. She's even said it herself. And it's like, damn, why didn't I just not respond to the lawsuit? You know what I mean? But at any rate, what's done is done. I'm hopeful that they can try to work something out, because it's like, this is almost 2024. It is the end of August. I can't even believe it, because I can remember last year, this time in August, looking at my life. It was, August 25th. And I'm like, God, another birthday. And here we are. It's already another birthday past. The year has flown by. Time does not stand still for anyone. And when you look back, it's like, Cardi B, do you want to just continuously be spending money with the law firm that you hired to represent you so that they can send in more motions and file more documents, which they're just racking up their billable hours? Because trust and believe, that's what they're doing. They're always looking out for what's best for them. And I've said it multiple times, and I will continue to repeat it. When you take people to court, more times than not, someone that is sure to be the winner is going to be the attorneys. Okay? They're going to get their money by hook or crook. So I would love her to let it go and just move on, accept the money, move forward. And if you feel that wasn't good enough of a payback or whatever, look, life has a way of handling things. But I also do believe that sometimes we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and wonder if it's possible that what we may be going through is a bit of our own karma. And I've had multiple people who have made comments in my comment section about Cardi B. Yeah, there are the people that love and adore her, and they don't see anything that she has done as being wrong. But there have been numbers of people who have commented even in my own comment section. And I've read other people's comments and other people's blogs and videos and comment sections to say how Cardi B has been really nasty to a lot of people, and just a lot of things that she has done over the years where she has not received any penalties or repercussions of her own. So is it possible that Tasha K could possibly be somewhat of her own karma? I don't know. I'm not saying that she is, but it could be possible. So sometimes it's like, okay, do I continue to fight this fight? Or do I look at myself and say, you know what? I haven't been perfect. I've done and said a lot of things that I can't take back. It's already out there. And I want to be different. I want to move forward. So why can't I just let the judgment speak? And yeah, I may not be getting the actual dollars, but I have this judgment that will forever be there. And you can't take that away from her. Money comes and goes. The judgment, she's got proof of it. And if you want to use that to continue to throw in her face, even if you can't move on from it, do that. But just take the settlement and move forward. Put your music out that people love to hear. I don't listen to it, but I mean, who cares? I'm not one of her fans. I'm not one of the people that purchases her music or listens or streams her stuff. So she could care less about me, and that's cool. But I'm just saying, in terms of the overall aspect of this life situation, life is short. You've got 2 children now. You're supposedly happily married, even though there have been a lot of rumors out there about the husband and all that other stuff. But do what you do and live your life and stop allowing this situation to continue to bind you because you haven't gotten what you feel you're due, when you ultimately know that this person doesn't have it, but you would rather take everything that they have from her and the family so that they can all be living under a bridge. Like, seriously, it's crazy. And life just doesn't even really work that way. It doesn't. Even for the people who really do deserve to get that type of retribution, it doesn't happen that way. You just really have to move forward with your life. Trust. And I'm speaking this as someone who has had people that have wronged me. I have had judgments filed against people because of them owing me money, and I never got it. I couldn't allow myself to continue to stay in that holding pattern, to let it eat away at my spirit and my soul and be miserable when they're out there living their life and doing the things that they need to do to cover and protect themselves. I've had my own sibling do something to me that was extremely detrimental. If you want to know more about that, you can go to my other YouTube channel. The link to it is in the description box. I'm not going to talk about that over here, but I cannot allow other people to destroy me because of the choices and the decisions that they have made, because that's the life that we live. That's the world that we live in. It is extremely dark. You know what I mean? Like, if you are a believer in the Bible says that earth is God's footstool and heaven is his home. So think about it. If the earth is God's footstool, this is a pretty dirty place. And so there's a lot of dark things that happen here. You try to make the best out of it while you're here because life is short. But I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. But I just wanted to talk about it, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.